Well, hello, loves. I am jumping right in today. I'm starting a little differently because I have a lot that I want to accomplish for this Sunday inspiration, and then we'll talk about other things. So I'm here at my table, ready to go. So I have out here a 16 by 20 canvas, and what I'm doing today is I am experimenting, really honestly. I don't necessarily I have somewhat of a plan, but I'm using some different texture making products, not different, but just I'm using a bunch of different ones in this because I want to see the difference. And I'm using a palette knife and a credit card. And then I'm going to be using fluids. So I've got some acrylic inks and some high flows out here that I think will settle into the texture. I also have some sepia high flow. This is Southern Ocean Blue. I have turquoise. It's a deep turquoise. I want to compare the difference between that and my Southern Ocean Blue. And then I also have out here some deep violet, magenta, and raw sienna. Then I will also be using my gesso and in black and white. And I'll most likely be watering that down to kind of get into the texture. I have two stencils that I know that I'll be using. This is the cracked stencil, and I'm looking forward to getting some texture with that. And then this is the retro pattern stencil. And I wanted a little bit of that pattern in texture up at the top. And then on standby, I have some numbers and letters stencils that are relatively new to the shop, and they're quickly becoming my favorites. But you can see that I've got some kind of graffiti looking paper down here. And of course, I'm going for grunge, colorful grunge. And that's one of the experiments that I want to explore. I want to explore a lot more. I started with my adventure year last year, and this year I have more ideas. And of course, it's the new year and it's a reset, and I'm excited, and I want to kind of do some fun things. But this texture part that I'm going to be doing we'll be doing that in the membership. I'll have a full section of texture, and it's going to be called Texture Encyclopedia, and I'll be demoing all different kinds of texture making and how you can get the most texture and all of that. That will be in the membership. And if, just in case you don't know, the membership doors are open. And so if you are interested at all, now is the time to sign up, because the doors won't be open again until September. So there's just all kinds of fun things in the membership if you're interested. There's a free preview. It'll give you an idea of what's in the membership. It won't be all of the lessons or anything like that, but it's going to give you an idea of what's there and what is waiting for you if you want to check it out, because you're not sure. But the doors are open, and they will be open till the 20th of January, and then they close until September. But I am experimenting with texture for the membership, and I'm just kind of sharing a little bit of that with you right now. And I wanted to create some abstracts and have some play that way too. So I decided to just do this for Sunday inspiration. So I probably am going to do a typical for me dividing line. That's kind of what I like. That's kind of my, not signature. That's just kind of where I go. I want to break some of that and maybe get a little wilder. I don't know yet. But that's really what I know at this point. And so I'm gonna lay down a little bit of texture with you right now, so that when I share my last little bits, it'll be drying while we're talking. So that's kind of why I started. And I did put some papers down. These were just scraps on my table. yeah. And this is my Utrecht gesso. And that's going to be pretty. And then I want to stamp with this and get that residual off of there. Now, every little bit gives you texture. Okay. And then I do want to get, and I'm going to go jump into my super heavy gesso. And this just, you know, the more we experiment and play, the more we understand what we love and what we don't love. And that's so much of our creative time is just figuring things out. Yeah. And so like with the super heavy gesso, it goes on much easier, much cleaner design because it's thicker. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do it over here because I like it so much. And I'm not typically, no, I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one, super heavy gesso. I don't typically like to have it like boom, boom, but this, I'm going to do it anyway. And I probably will be messing it up a little bit anyway by adding some other, I'm going to be adding calcium bicarbonate or calcium carbonate. Oh yeah. So much thicker. But I get better skipping with my Utrecht gesso. So each one has its benefits and its drawbacks. And those, the only way that we will ever know that is by trying and experimenting. So I'm going to have a dividing line here. Obviously, I'm not looking at perfection. I'm going to get some good skipping. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more texture down here. And then I'm going to add texture into my fluid with my calcium carbonate. And then I want to kind of scratch this in and get some really good just grunginess happening. And I want to spread out the edges here so that it doesn't feel like it's just stopped on my stenciling. And then let's come to get some of this. I'm going back and forth between my super heavy gesso and the Utrecht gesso because it's going to give me a different feel as I put my acrylic over it. And I don't want just completely straight lines either. I want something that's got a little bit of variety. Because what I'm doing is I'm seeing, okay, maybe these kinds of lines don't work. Maybe this stencil doesn't work. Maybe I don't like, whatever it might be. And the only way that we know that is by trying. And that's, again, one of the things that in the Mixed Media Insider membership is that we try everything, absolutely everything, all different kinds of styles we experiment with. We try everything so that we know what we like and what we don't like. Okay, I'm going to scrape off the edges here. And now I've got some really good coverage here on my piece. Lots of texture. And I'm just going to kind of scrape back into some areas that maybe looks a little plain. And I don't have to have every single area covered. I could even scratch into this a little bit so it's not quite so perfect. Okay, that's good enough. I probably overdid it, which is typical. And I didn't even use my credit card. That's one of the things that I wanted to do. Okay, I'm going to grab just a little bit of this because it gives me, again, another look. It's another texture. Okay. I could do texture all day long. Okay, I'm going to let that be. Okay, so that is where I'm starting. And then I'm just going to layer fluids on top, let it seep into that texture, add some carbonate, calcium carbonate, to get some more texture, and just experiment. That's what I'm doing today. I'm just experimenting, creating an abstract. And I think that's one of the things with my word being release that I want to do more of. I want to let go of this may not be a finished piece, and that's okay. The important part is the journey that has happened in between, especially for my growth as an artist. And that's one of the things that I want to convey to you. If you're looking at the Mixed Media Insider membership, that's what we do. We explore all different kinds of things. And I would love for you to come over and check it out and see if it's something for you. I also want to say thank you so very much for all of the emails, the notes, the comments, everything about praying for us or good thoughts or whatever. Just lots of love and hugs from everyone. And with my husband's condition. And he's doing better. Still don't really know anything yet. So that we're just kind of in limbo right now, waiting for his heart to get stronger so that he can then do the other things that he needs to do. So, but I'm just so incredibly grateful for this community and for all of your love and support every single week. You always have something wonderful and beautiful to say, and I am incredibly grateful for that. And I need it, and I love it, and all the prayers and everything that you can send, I will take it. Okay, my loves, I'm going to play and experiment and just get lost in this creative space for a little while, and I'm going to take you along with me. I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.